Welcome back to Victory Woodworks with Vic, and I'm Vic. Today we've got an exciting project lined up. If you're like me and love tools that work well, you know how crucial it is to have the right accessories. So here's the problem we're tackling today. My Kreg vacuum accessory is located on the left-hand side. Because of the way my shop is set up, I need it to be on the right-hand side. So I've got a solution. I've recently added a 3D printer to my workshop, and it's already proving to be a game changer. Today, I'll show you how I'm using it to create the custom part to fix the Kreg vacuum accessory issue. Let's go to Fusion and to the 3D printer. Here we are in Fusion in the design window. In this section of the video, I'll be reviewing the design of the Kreg vacuum accessory, which I call Righty, that I designed in Fusion. I will show you the design in detail and all the steps that are required to draw the part. This video will not be a full-depth tutorial on Fusion. There are many videos out there with authors much more proficient at Fusion than I am, so I suggest you watch those videos. The design here is going to be in millimeters, as you can see up here in the top corner. First step is to create a sketch. I created the sketch on the top plane. For me, this was easier to visualize from the top down as opposed from one of the sides. You can see the rough shape is a rectangle with dimensions of 67 by 69 millimeters. These I measured from the original Kreg part. The part has a dimple at the top for the attachment screw, which is right around here. The circle diameter, which is 12 millimeters, which seemed about right to me. From there, I drew splines, which are these lines here on the sides, to ease a transition from the dimple, which is going to be in here, to the rest of the body. Let's extrude the body from the sketch and skip the extra bits around the dimple. We extrude it straight up, 35 millimeters. You can see that here, just to one side. Our part is going to have an angled dust hose attachment, so we'll need to sketch at an angle to our body part. To do this, I've created an offset plane at 115 degrees that pivots at the bottom edge of the part. So let me, as you can see, here's the bottom edge. Here's the 115 degree offset plane. Now let's draw the sketch for the dust hose attachment. For that, to the left side. And we're going to open up the next sketch, which is right here. Okay. My dust hose that will plug into the support is about 37 millimeters, so I drew a 37 millimeter circle. So you can see that well here. Now I'm going to close that sketch, and we're going to extrude it into a cylinder. So here's that 37 millimeter hole. We're extruding it into a cylinder on two sides. Side one here is going to be extruded to a distance of 37 millimeters with a 2-degree taper. Makes it easy to slip on the hose. The other side is going to be extruded 25 millimeters into the body at 1 degree. So in this step, what we're going to do is we're chamfering, or actually filleting, all the outer edges. So if we look back here, well, let me close this for a second. Hard edges, I select them all, hit chamfer, and we've chamfered them now to 5 millimeters. Make it now nice and round and soft, at least to the touch. Next, we're going to chamfer the inside dimple part here. So if we look here, you can see you've got these edges very hard, and we chamfer. So let's look at those features. So we chamfered that to 3 millimeters. I believe I chose 3 because 5 wouldn't fit here. So that kind of worked. So we hit that. Now we need to hollow out our part in Fusion. In Fusion, it's called shelling. So our next step here is to shell. You can see what happened there. So let me open that shell up. You can see we've shelled from this side as well as from that side. And we did it to 2 millimeters to make our overall part 2 millimeters thick. To make the air and dust flow less turbulent, let's fillet the intersection of the dust hose, which is here, with the fitting and the body parts on the inside. The way we do that is through another fillet command. So what I did is I selected this section here, and I filleted it to 2 millimeters. Now we need to create a sketch to add some locking tabs to keep the part attached to the Kreg jig itself. I do that by creating a sketch on one side of the part, which is right here. Let's open that up, and you can see right here onto this face I created the sketch, and in here I created a little rectangle, 16 by 2.5 millimeters. So we finished that sketch, and next what we need to do is we need to extrude it. So we extrude it one direction, 1.25 millimeters. So let's see if I can show that to you. So you can see it's extruding, and there's that little tab. And we extruded the same tab on the opposite side of the part also. Now we add our branding and logo to the top, which is actually the bottom of the part in this particular design. I've done that by adding some text. I do that by creating another sketch here. You can see here I've added Victory Woodworks to this. And the final step in the design process is to extrude those letters. And what I've done is I've extruded them 1.5 millimeters. So we just take this on a slight angle. You can see that they're all sticking up just a little bit. Now that our part is complete, let's 3D print it. To do that, we need to extract the part from the design, and we do that by selecting Utilities from the top menu, which is right here, and then Make, and then 3D Print. And with that comes up this little dialog here. Preparation type should be Export. The object, we need to select what we're going to print. So I click in here and pick on the body we have, which is this entire body. The format, for me, 3MF. There are other options such as STL. You can choose those also. Then you hit OK. You gather the name. Ignore this. This just means that Fusion itself can't view that by other members of your Fusion team. Not important to us. What is important is we're going to save everything to the downloads. And just hit Save. Here we are in Bamboo Studio in the Prepare window. In this section of the video, we'll be printing the Kreg Vacuum Accessory, which I call Righty, that I previously designed in Fusion. I will show you how I 3D print the design and some options I use in the slicer. This will not be a full in-depth tutorial on Bamboo Studio. There are many videos out there with authors who are much more proficient in Bamboo Studio than I am, so I suggest you watch those videos. The first step is to import the file to be printed. I do this by dragging and dropping the file from my Downloads folder to prepare the screen of Bamboo Studio. Now that the file is in Studio, let's rotate it to face up, which I think is a better orientation for it to print. So select the part, I can lay it on face, and this is the face I'm going to pick. We're also going to rotate it so it's a little easier for us to see. All right. We're also going to make this blue. We do that by selecting the part, and in my case, hitting the number 4 to select the blue filament that I have loaded in my Bamboo Studio. Actually, my Bamboo printer. And to be really cool, what we're going to do is to make our logo stand out, we're going to make that a separate color. The way we do that is we go up here to Color Painting. We select the color we want it to be, which is white. We also select Fill. And then we select the letters that we want to make white. So in this case, I'm going to pick the Victory Woodworks lettering that we have on our part. If you make a mistake, you can always hit Control-Z to go backwards one step or more. Okay. So that's complete. You can turn off paint. Let's go right back out. Now we're going to hit Slice Plate. This little pop-up comes up. You can kind of read a little daily tips if you like. And we can see total time is going to take about 2 hours and 51 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Print Plate, and we're going to come back to a time lapse of this printing from the Bamboo printer itself. Okay, here is our our part was on the dull plate here, kind of popped off, and inside you can see the supports that we have. We're going to knock those off. Actually, they come off pretty easily. All right, they look like little trees. Never seen that before. Here's our part. Looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, let's move this out of the way. This is where the old part was, and we're going to go with it in this direction. Nice fit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to insert our larger shop vac hose right in here. There you go. We've successfully designed and printed a new part for the Kreg vacuum accessory, making it more efficient. A larger vacuum hose can be attached and user-friendly by placing it on the right side of the jig. We went through the entire process from the initial design in Fusion 360 to the final 3D print, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. If you found this video helpful, learned something new, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Victory Woodworks for more woodworking tips and projects. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay passionate.